Welcome everybody to today's edition of our CESI talk series. I'm very proud and happy today to be with Evelyn Regner from the S&D Group, member of the European Parliament, and most importantly, of course, Vice President of the European Parliament and responsible for trade unions. Evelyn, welcome.
I wish an excellent day. Thanks for being here.
Evelyn, you've been following many different dossiers also, of course, not only as a trade unionist, but as a politician, as a member of the European Parliament, and now as Vice President of the Parliament. What you have been in the center of things happening also when it came to the European Green Deal. What opportunities and what risks do you see for European workers in the green and also digital transition?
Of course, it's always, has always both sides, good sides and shadow sides. And I think that's exactly what trade unions are always aware, to look at the chances. That means not to allow that fears are used against workers. And on the other side, of course, not to be blue-eyed and to be realistic and to look at the dangers that are also at stake. And so, therefore, just transition is the key word. Because one thing is clear, to make our society cleaner and digital is something good for the society if we do that in the right way. But in the right way means nobody is left behind. And the question is always how to come from a situation where we work as we work today to a future better situation. And that's exactly the key word. I would like to say many enterprises today, many companies, they complain and say, I need workers. I need them in so many areas and we don't get them. And then we say, what's key? Key is because of this transition, that maybe all non-attractive job concerning what you do, concerning how you do it, concerning working hours, concerning the distance, concerning maybe the objects you're dealing with, they're dangerous, and the way you're working is not attractive. And so this is nothing else than alarm clocks for the companies. Look at what workers need. Workers don't want to work around the clock, or workers don't want to carry heavy stuff. So somehow this digital and green decisions allows also to adapt to workers. And for workers, it means don't be afraid of trainings. Don't be afraid of change. And of course, this is easily said because you always can't shift everybody 100%. And with the Just Transition Fund and with all the measures we are proposing right now, we are offering some of the tools we need in the future.
Yeah, I think also what we have been saying always, we as trade unions have to caution these changes also. We have, of course, on the one hand, to safeguard as many jobs as possible and to create as many jobs as possible. But not only that, as you mentioned, also these must be quality jobs. And but a very important message is, of course, to be not blue-eyed, but not afraid either. Coming to gender equality, you have been shadow rapporteur for the Pay Transparency Directive. It's basically, it's done. Its political agreement has been reached. Do you think that the digital green transitions of work can enhance equality, or are they also like this double approaches, that there are risks and opportunities?
Of course, it's always both. So somehow to go there, we have to be socially inclusive, and this has to be, of course, always gender inclusive. We have to ask this question all the time and to measure it. So to give you an example, if we were proposing that at the RRF, and it's ongoing for the whole changes we are facing right now with the digital and the green transition. If we invest just only if we invest 2% of our GDP, we can increase in the European Union 1.5 million good care jobs. And I say good jobs, that means well paid, offering good working climate, and we need those care jobs. So this is the creation of jobs that are almost climate neutral, highly needed, necessary in order to enable the whole digitalization, to include women. We need so much in the labor market in order to raise the employment rate. So somehow really to tackle the challenges we're dealing right now. And therefore it's so important to go for that. And of course, also for a more equal society. So in order to close the gender pay gap, apart from transparency measures, binding measures, including trade unions actively, we have to have this absolute focus on well-paid, highly qualified care jobs that the society needs in order to balance all the challenges we have with climate, with digitalization, and of course also with the demographic changes. And of course also the challenges we have with a society that is getting more and more suffering under challenges of mental health. So care is key. We need this equal earners, equal carers model.
Evelyn, as Vice President of the European Parliament, you're responsible for the contacts, the relations with the trade unions. As a trade unionist yourself, I mentioned it already, you mentioned it already indirectly. What do you think is the role of trade unions now in these transition processes?
To be included all the time. It's so difficult and it's so easy. Trade unions are part of the European Union. They have to be integrated and they have to be informed and consulted whenever there is a European issue from the very beginning on. So this is key and this must go on and this must be strengthened. And trade unions also have an important part, not only being aware of all the problems that are coming up, but also of implementing what has been decided, because we decide and we have so many rules that are maybe really very important, but we need trade unions in order to look carefully if member states, if companies implement what is decided and if it's really implemented and enforced. So trade unions are key from the start to the end of the road.
Thank you very much. We were just discussing just an hour ago also the issue of minimum wages and highlighted also the importance of trade unions being involved now in the implementation, transposition in the first place, and then of course proper application or implementation of the directive. Evelyn, Ms. Regner, dear Mrs. Vice President, thanks so much. And one comment here from our side, because we just had a big event last week. I think it is quite impressive what the European Union has been doing in these past years, also to implement the principles of the European Bill of Social Rights and the action plan. So congratulations here from our side to the work of the European Parliament and the Commission, of course.
Thank you very much. And it has to go on with everything from platform work to the pay transparency. I think we just still have a lot of work ahead of us. And
all the best.
The trade unions for that. So thanks.
All the best to you then.
So thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.